In this video, you'll see how I wrote a mobile application with a free AI assistant without OpenAI. I'll show how it works, how I developed it, how you can deploy this project yourself, and even how to potentially monetize it. First, let's look at what the application represents, and then we'll move on to how to run it yourself. First of all, there's no registration here. Just launch it and use it. Here's what it looks like. We're greeted by a screen with a modern and minimalist design. To write a message, we need to use the input field at the bottom. Let's try greeting our assistant. As you can see, it generates a request and responds to me. Most importantly, all changes are immediately displayed in the UI, such as response generation, all loading states, and so on. Now, let's try asking it for something more complex. For example, to create a workout plan for weight loss. And our AI assistant handles this request perfectly. Moreover, this assistant maintains conversation context, meaning it doesn't forget after each message what we're talking about. But if the user needs to reset the context and start the chat anew, they can do that without any problems. For this, they press this button. This application can be very easily monetized, but I'll talk about that after demonstrating the code. Now, let's look at how I wrote it. I started with choosing a stack, and my choice fell on Flutter and Dart. This is a framework and language from Google that allows you to write applications for multiple platforms with one codebase. This is an ideal option for saving time and resources. If you're not familiar with Flutter, I recommend watching my free Flutter course, From Zero to Employment. It covers all important aspects of Flutter development. Next, I realized I would write code using clean architecture. This is very important because without maintaining architecture, the project grows with incomprehensible code that's very difficult to maintain in the future. Next, as a state manager, I chose the Flutter block package. I have many videos on my channel about using this package, and I think it's the perfect choice in combination with clean architecture. For web requests and communication with the AI model, I used the DIO package, and I also used dependency injection and implemented it all through the Get-It package. Let's now analyze the architecture itself. My first model is message. It consists of fields like ID, content, timestamp, and type. I think all fields except type are more or less clear. Type, in turn, is an enum that has two values, user and assistant. Everything is very simple here. If a message is sent by the user, it has type user. If it's generated by the assistant in response to the user, it has type assistant. My second model is chat. It consists of fields ID, created at, updated at, and most importantly, messages. Messages is a list of my messages that were sent by the user or the assistant. Now, let's briefly go through the code. Everything starts with the main .dart file. Here, I call the method to register dependencies in Get-It, and after that, I launch the application. Here we have Chat Page, the only screen in our application. It, depending on our block state, displays the needed UI and updates it, for example, when there's a new message. I also used animations here to make the application more beautiful. Let's look at a couple of methods from our repositories, for example, how message sending is implemented. First, I get the current chat. After that, I create an instance of our message, passing all the necessary fields. Right after that, I create a list with old messages together with the new one. After that, I access the AI repository and pass it this list of messages. This is needed so the AI understands the conversation context and provides an answer considering old messages. After that, based on the result, if it's successful, I create a new message. But this message I already mark with type assistant, because it's a response from the AI. After that, I add this message from the AI to my updated message list, and at the end, I simply cache the result. Let's now look at how the request to AI happens. For this, I use AI Remote Data Source. As an endpoint, I use the OpenRouter website, but it requires a free API key to work. Soon, you'll see how you can get it. I simply perform a POST request with this body. By the way, some data needed for the request is stored as constants in a separate file, meaning we can easily change them. For example, the model. By changing it here to any other available model from OpenRouter, our AI assistant will start working differently. Now, let me show you how you can deploy this project yourself and even continue developing it, for example, to monetize it. The link to the full code of this project is in the description under the video. First, unpack the project itself into any folder and open it in Android Studio. Now, we need to execute a command to install dependencies. We run flutter pub get. Next, we execute the following command. All these commands will also be in the description under the video. This command is needed to generate methods for working with JSON for our application. And finally, the most interesting part. We need to get an API key from OpenRouter. First, we authorize on the OpenRouter AI website. I'll leave a link in the description under the video. After that, we go to the Keys section. We create a new key. We give it any name and must save the key itself. We need to add it to the environment file. We create it in the project root. Here, we declare one value, OpenRouter API key, and we paste our key here. Such local key storage is a good practice to keep keys secure, and here's how our application will get access to it. In our method for registering dependencies, when we register our data source, we use the following method. This way, when calling the request, we can correctly pass our API key. However, for the application to see it correctly, we need to run this application correctly. We'll use the following command, flutter run, but with a parameter. Through the Dart defined from file parameter, we specify the file where our keys are stored. Now, the most important question, how can it be monetized? In this application, you can add subscriptions for using more advanced models. For example, all users can use the standard AI model for free and unlimited. But for those who find this insufficient, they can subscribe for, say, $5 per month and use models like Claude or ChatGPT. Everything here depends on your imagination. If you want to create your own application without depending on large APIs and limitations, this is a great start. Subscribe, like, and write in the comments if you want a video about expanding the project.